Hey guys, so what I thought I would do is I would make a quick video off the back of making the portal video and to do a really important topic, and that one is debugging. So I'm going to show you some techniques that's really going to help you narrow down where the problem is in your code. Maybe it won't help you fix it, but it'll allow you to figure out where the problem is so you can ask for help more effectively. Now, what we have here is we have that portal, but it's broken. So we're going to run through some things with you to sort of help you narrow down what's going on here. So if I try to get into this now, nothing is happening. So the button is not working, so we cannot then get through the portal. So the very, very first thing that we should always check is this here. Any sort of red squiggly line means there is an error. So what this now means is there's an unknown, what it's saying is there's an unknown error here. So as we can see, this should be our function, which is on touch. So we have just misspelt it. So pop that in. And now let's try that again. And well, all right. Still not working though. So the button the button should be changing color to green. So because this is not working, we're going to have to go back and we're going to have to add some print statements. Now, how you should do this, first of all, is, and because we're using this technique almost everywhere in a lot of our projects, this technique will be essentially the same thing. So what we want to check, first of all, is we want to check the function is running and then the if statement is running. So we add a print statement right at the top here, and we leave a little message for ourselves saying function is working, like that. Then what we do is we do the same thing here inside the print statement, and we say if statement is working, like that. Now, what this will do is if we see the print statement with this message, then we know the function is working. And if we see the print statement with this message, then we know this is working. And then we know that the problem is somewhere in here. If we only see this one and we don't see this one, then the problem is with one of these two. So we're essentially just narrowing it down here a little bit. So let us run that. And hopefully this should give us a bit of an idea. Right, okay, so what I see here is the function is working, but I don't see the if statement is working. So the problem that we're having is somewhere inside here, okay? So what we would now do is, let's get rid of this so we can see what we're doing. And now what I'd like to do is we should then print out both of these variables to see what's inside them. We want to see what's inside them before we can do anything else. So let's add a few more print statements. So print, and let's do character, and then print out character. And then let's do the same for humanoid. So print humanoid, and then let's print out the variable humanoid, like that. Now, all we're doing here is we just want to see what's inside them to see if there's any problems that we can sort of fix off the bat. So let's run over this. Right, okay, so what I'm seeing here is we got the character, which is here, which is my little message. And then we have, well, your character here. So that is full, that is good. Then we have humanoid. But then this is coming back to nil. Now, if you remember what nil is, nil essentially means nothing. So what this means is it's not finding the humanoid in there. Now, really, really common mistake that people make is they misspell humanoid, or they don't have enough capital letters. So we have to spell humanoid how it is in Lua coding. And we have to do this with a capital H here, like that. Okay, so let's try this again. Run over that. Fantastic, we see it. We see our character and we see the humanoid. And now we also see the if statement working and the color is green. Perfect. So we know that is now working because all of that code has now been executed. So let us try this now, and this should work, but it's not. So there's another error somewhere here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go into the script for our portal, and we're going to do the same thing here. Now, this one, what we're going to do is we will need, in this function, we have the portal open. The only thing we need here is activated keystone get attribute and then activated, because this is here. Let me just click on that so I can show you. Remember when we made our keystone and we made this here, the activated, we added a property. Now this is going to be true once we click on the keystone, and it's going to be false if we click off it. So same thing here. Let's add in a few print statements. No, sorry. We know this is working because this else statement is running here. Because it's changing the color, then it's going back. So we don't need to add the print statements to see if the function is working, because we know the function is working. We can see it working because the color is changing. The problem is this if statement here. It's not being activated. So what we've got to do is we have to print out this variable here, the activated one. So a little message for ourselves, activated. Then let's print that one out. Print, let's get that in line. Activated. Now let us see what happens when we run this. Okay, so that should be true now. Right, okay, so we've got activated, but as you can see here, that is false when we are stepping on that. So the problem isn't inside our, the problem is not inside our portal script. The reason why is because of this line here, what it's doing. This variable goes to our keystone, the thing that the part that we're stepping on, and it gets the attribute activated. Now, if I click on this, we essentially want to be looking for this activated inside our keystone. So let's go back, because that's what we were looking for. And we are looking for set attribute. So we have set attribute activate, and it's a misspelling here. So we want activated, and we want activated on the end, like that. And that will then set it to true. The reason why this wasn't working is because set attribute was looking for activate inside our attributes, and we don't have that. So nothing was happening. So let's pop a D on the end. And now let us try this again. Brill. Fantastic. Oh, interesting. I cannot walk through this. And I think the reason why I cannot walk through this, and some of you may have noticed this, is inside my if statement, I've only set the transparency. So I need to do portal dot can collide equals false, like that. And let's try this one last time. Bro. Perfect. Right. Now, so this will massively, massively help you in your coding. Everybody will make mistakes, but print statements will be your best friend. So the first thing you will do is check to see if the functions and the if statements are in fact working. Once you've identified where the problem is, what you'll then do is you will look inside the variables themselves, and you will then just investigate. If they are what they're supposed to be, then check for misspellings, and that's it really. Worst case scenario, if you can't figure out what it is, then this is how you would then ask for help. You wouldn't just paste your code in and say, this is not working. You would paste your code in and say, this is the function that's not working. The problem is around here on this line, for example. So narrow down the problem as much as you can before you ask for help. Right, then guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.